into the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh yeah, we're showing off tonight. Welcome, I am Tom the Connolly. Scott couldn't be here.
Gabby
couldn't be here. But Markeia McCarty's here.
Yes, I am, and I remembered my belt this week.
Yes, the champ is here.
I forgot it last week. Have to enjoy it while I can.
Yeah, you only have a couple weeks left.
Yeah,
maybe.
I have to retain. I have to.
I don't think anybody's retained since
Really?
I think maybe Corey did a while ago.
Oh, okay.
And I think she had like 3 months, which is shocking.
Nice.
Especially with like the 15 of us that are fighting for this belt each month. But so main event tonight comes to my hometown, Philadelphia. I was just there this past week.
Yeah,
if I would have known, I should have just stayed till Wednesday.
Yeah, you might as well have watched it and done a call-in or something.
Yeah, should have just came back today, not come back on Monday. But yeah, we start off with an IC title match with Cesaro on commentary. We got Bo Dallas versus Dolph Ziggler. Bo got an opportunity to fight because he beat Mark Henry 3 times in a row.
Yes, he
So,
did.
At least they gave a good reason as to why he was getting a title shot.
It's like not only did he beat Mark Henry, I think Mark Henry is psychologically broken at this point.
I think so. Yeah. I think it's
which
gonna
might be
bad.
Bo Dallas's secret power.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, so Bo comes out. He said, he met a Bo Lever in catering, and there was 1 cheesesteak left, and she let him have it. He took the cheesesteak and he threw it in the trash because it's a heart attack of a sandwich. I know. How dare him? How dare him throw a cheesesteak?
That was probably a really good cheesesteak,
Probably was. And he said, later Mark Henry saw it and ate the cheesesteak out of the trash can.
Man, he's really good at energetically kicking somebody while they're down.
Yeah. And he said, I won't need any help from anyone to beat Dolph Ziggler because all I need to do is Bo leave. So the match starts out. Bo's in control for the majority of the match, especially towards the beginning. Takes control early on. Ziggler starts making his comeback, hits his clothesline, hits another clothesline, hits the splash in the corner. He hits the DDT for 2. Bo then, goes for the roll up at the end to get the win, and he grabs the rope, which the ref sees and kind of stops the count because he would have won the match. It was 2 count. And as he's yelling and arguing with the ref, Ziggler hits the zigzag from behind, retains, and I thought Cesaro was really good in commentary, had a lot of funny things to say.
Yeah, he does. He's just, I don't know, he's really funny on the mic. I don't know so much about his promos. I have to say his one-liners that are prepared early on. Oh, come on, man. It's kind of like if my dad's making jokes.
Yeah.
But I like him on the mic. And I liked his standoffishness with, was it Byron?
Yeah. When he went to give him a fist bump, and he was like, no, real men shake hands, Byron. But yeah, I thought that was good. And then, Cesaro said, he's going to be the next IC champ. And he said, Cesaro out. I guess that's a little catchphrase now.
Real men say goodbye, Cesaro.
Yeah, exactly. I thought this was, I don't know, what do you think of the match?
I thought it was pretty decently solid. I enjoyed Bo Dallas on the mic. Just like his expressions and just how he's like the reverse of a heel, but he's obviously a heel. But he's so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just enjoyed seeing him on the mic. I enjoyed that little scenario that he, had going into the ring. And then how he's also taking pot shots at Mark Henry still. So I actually like that better because something I brought up last week, I can't believe them both in a match together. Mark Henry's huge. He is so huge, and now he's like so emotionally conflicted with everything. It's too uneven for me to believe. But them taking pot shots at each other, like in promos or like in intros, like little scenarios like that I totally believe, and that I really love.
Gotcha.
So I'm glad that they took that route with it for this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for the match itself, it was very solid. For what it was. I never once thought that Ziggler would not retain. But that's just, timing, and I really can't see Bo Dallas, being the champ, even for a little time. I don't feel like there's enough there yet to justify, putting it over in his camp. Yeah, just a bit. I want some more, I want to feel more for him before, it's like, he has a belt now, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I really liked when he was using the rope for leverage and he just didn't realize that the ref was at just the right angle to see him. I found that so utterly delightful. Because you scamp.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I liked it because when Cesaro went against Ziggler the week before, Cesaro lost. Cesaro grabbed the rope, but the ref didn't see him grabbing the rope. So Cesaro was like, now he's cheating. Then he was like, oh, Ziggler cheated to win again. And Michael Cole was like, he didn't cheat to win though. He just he got Bo off the distraction. But I like that they at least continued it of Bo trying to get the win by cheating by using the rope on Ziggler.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good element to add into it.
Yeah, I like his little package heel thing. It's just fun. He has no problem with the dirty tactics. I ended up giving it a 3.25.
Gotcha.
I enjoyed Cesaro. I thought it was decently solid, and the zigzag was very fun.
Gotcha.
Seemed to come out of nowhere, so I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I gave it a 2.75. I thought it was a decent match. I feel like it could have been a little longer, maybe a little more added into it. But yeah, I like Bo Dallas' character where he will use the rope, but he says all he has to do is believe. He's just like that. He's just that good guy that is going to use those heel tactics to get over and get wins, which just makes him even better and just makes him a better bad guy.
Yeah,
makes you just want to hate him even more.
I know he's already got the beginnings of being like an anti-spiritual leader.
Yep. Yeah, which I think is good. It works. And I don't know if you were here now. I think it was maybe two weeks ago. I don't know. We were talking about him having followers, but then I was like, that's too much Bray. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's gonna eventually happen.
Bray
though.
or maybe Rose, but in a different way.
Yeah, but also I don't get. I mean, I don't know if they played any of the Wyatt promos during the main event.
No, not this week.
So now it seems like they're breaking them up.
Oh, well, last week they did play one with Harper.
Okay, yeah. And then this week on Raw they played one. They played the Harper one and they played one for Rowan too.
Okay.
So and he said the same thing of I set them free.
All right. So they're singletons.
I guess, but
I guess
I don't I mean I like the fact that if they're going to kind of separate them, just separate them like that and don't have them turn on each other, because then they can bring them back together easily if they need to, and it's not going to be a weird thing of oh, but you're a good guy now and I'm a bad guy, and
Yeah, I could see that. Well, it could kind of be like when they had Swagger versus Cesaro. Obviously, now Cesaro's the more heel out of the two of them.
Yeah.
But that was a really good match.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that match. So if we had Rowan versus Harper, later in the future after they've established themselves, as their solo careers, then I think that would be a pretty good matchup.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it would kind of be big guy against big guy, which, has limited entertainment value for me, but I think because they've worked with each other, and then by that time they'd have their own different skill sets, and that would be interesting. So,
yeah, like Ambrose versus Rollins. Those matches are always good. Because I think they travel together, they know each other, they know what each other is capable of doing, so they know that all right, we can do this, this, and this, and put on a really good match, and people are gonna love it because just used to each other, which
Yeah.
that brings out. I feel like that always brings out the best in people in matches when they do know each other, or they are are friends or whatever. They have a good relationship together.
Yeah, they're on that wavelength.
Yeah.
So it's they've got the entertainment value, they've got that respect and athleticism. Then it's like the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
That's why this Rollins Ambrose thing has gone on for so long, and I don't want to see the end of it.
No,
yet.
I don't either.
No,
I don't either.
it's
We'll get to
great.
that though. We will get to
Yeah.
that. But first, we saw a recap of Kathy Lee and Hoda. I said they were drunk on Raw. If you ever watch The Soup, anytime they play a clip of them, they're always drinking, even though the show is at like 9 o'clock in the morning. But so they were partying with Adam Rose, and they did like the stage dive onto the
ring
Rosebud.
dive.
Yeah.
Backwards
Yeah.
ring.
And then
ring dive.
Yeah, then this Friday is the SmackDown 15th anniversary of SmackDown. I can't believe it's been 15 years.
Wow.
It makes me feel really old. I remember the first episode. It's like, wow, it's been 15 years. But that should be really good because I think they'll probably have people come back, like, maybe some older wrestlers come back for it. So check that out this Friday.
Yeah.
And-
well, did you catch? I think after this episode, they played. Well, if you were going by the show schedule.
Oh, they played the very first episode. I
Yeah.
didn't watch it yet, but I will go back
But
and
you
watch
remember.
it. I did remember that they said that. Yeah. I remember the first episode. It's very good. Triple H versus The Rock. Shawn Michaels is a special guest referee.
Nice.
Nice twist ending.
Very
It was
nice.
good. Yeah, really good. But yeah, so and then obviously watch the SmackDown show here on Friday because they'll be recapping it here. So
15-year anniversary. How can you miss that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then we get a backstage segment with Tyson Kidd coming up to Kane. He said, he's requesting, he wants a match. And he's like, no, it doesn't matter. Natty already requested a match for you. And he said, don't tap out the swagger like you do to your wife. I was like,
Whatever.
I was like, all right.
He doesn't tap out to his wife. He's just a brat.
Yeah. I thought it was a decent. The thing I don't get with Kane is like he's this the demon Kane, but then he's back there like with a clipboard like making matches like I don't.
Corporate demon Kane.
Yeah. I thought.
Can't you see that action figure?
Yeah, it's just weird. It's like they're like, we need somebody to make this match, but we don't want to use Triple H or Stephanie. So, Kane, you're in. you're gonna go and do this real quick.
Yeah, that's his job. Ugh. Wasn't that kind of Big Show? No, Big Show was always the enforcer. There had to be somebody else besides. Am I forgetting?
They
right
had
now?
Brad Maddox as the general manager, and then he. I don't even know where he is now. Last time I remember, he posted a video on YouTube where he was going into some weird cave. He was like on some hike. I don't know. And then I haven't seen anything.
Oh my goodness!
Since,
Is it like?
So
It's like that Franco movie.
Yeah.
Is that it?
The 127 hours.
Oh man! Someone find him.
Yeah. I don't want
Hopefully
to
he
come
has
back
all
with
his
yeah,
limbs.
exactly. Yeah. I guess we'll see when he resurfaces. But that was like months ago. So I'm not sure what he's doing now. Maybe he's just back in NXT training.
Maybe he's hanging with Justin Gabriel.
So, yeah.
They're doing a lava luge dive. Was it lava luging?
Yes. Yes. It was. Yes.
Wow.
Why can't we see video of that? That's what I want to see. But let's get to the second match. It was a 4-on-1 handicap match. Nikki, Cameron, Summer, and Layla against Brie Bella. We saw the recap of Brie beating Summer the night before in Raw with one arm tied behind her back. This match was just basically let's beat the crap out of Brie match. They all just
with a lot of Brie mode.
Yes, yeah. They all just started ganging up on her, beating her up, tagging in and out. And then Brie started to make a comeback on Cameron. She hit the drop kick, and then she ran over, took out Nikki with that. That elbow looked good when she took her out.
That did seem well placed.
Yeah.
I was a little bit surprised in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked really like a stiff shot like that she hit her with, which I thought was good. So Nikki goes, flies off the apron, and then I think Layla got in the ring, kind of distracted her, and Brie tried to kind of take her out, but then Cameron got control. Then Nikki tagged herself in, and she was mocking Brie, doing the Brie mode. She hit the knee to the face, picked her up, hit the. Do we still know the name of this move? I still keep calling it the Rack Attack, and I think that's what the name of the move is.
I don't remember the commentators calling it anything different.
Yeah, they didn't call it at all. So I was like, come on, like, but yeah. So she hit the Rack Attack for the win, and then she mocked her even more by doing yes chants, and just kind of left by herself while the other girls stood there being like, well, I guess why were we out here?
Yeah. This entire rivalry thing would be way more satisfying with me, and I know that I brought this up before, if they had some more substance, to this rivalry, as opposed to it just being sibling rivalry. And like that one time bringing out the brother and everything. It's like, just make it about something solid. Make it about something concrete. If you can't make it about it being a relationship, which tends to be the go-to when they do rivalries between females, I don't know why. There's so many other things. Then make it about money. Make it a financial thing, because then people can pick sides with it, and it isn't something that you're just sitting there and watching and being like, okay, I like their outfits.
Yeah.
Those look good. But it's like, I want to enjoy some good wrestling.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want a storyline. I want these athletes to have a really good reason for being out there, as opposed to, we want some female stuff has to happen now. Yeah. So this works. I want it to be more. I want it to have substance.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I just think it was something that, the Brie Stephanie thing was just so
that was so good.
And I think this one is just, you're just looking at it, you're like, this is just such a, they were at the top of the mountain and they could have climbed higher. They could have kept this going, because I don't understand why, like, with Nikki, like, why isn't she a part of the Authority now? Like, they say that, like, she helped Stephanie win that match. Like,
she's an ally.
Yeah, but I think it should just be, like, it should be like, if they all come out, she comes out with them. Like, why? Like, if Orton and all them are coming out to the ring, she should come out right along with them and be a part of the Authority now. Yeah. Because, why else would, like, she sold out her sister because she wanted to, she wanted the fame for herself, and she wanted to be the important Bella. But now you're just,
it's just a weak imitation of a rivalry at this point. And it's like, if they had made it about money, and they still can, you can still do that, please. Just for instance, throwing an example out there, then it could be Bella owed Nikki all this money, and then Stephanie's like, well, I can put you on another contract and you can start making that money back, but you have to work for us.
See?
And that's what's good for business.
Yep. See?
So then, you put Nikki in some new Authority-like wear, tailored suit or midriff showing or whatever, because, she's got a great body, go ahead and do it. But then you have her working as a contract wrestler with a grudge against Brie.
Yep.
And it's like, cool. I can roll with that.
Yeah.
Just for instance.
Yeah, that makes so much way more sense than them just, her just being mad at her because she stole her boyfriend, like, in high school. Like,
I don't even know at this point.
No. And to me, it's okay. You have her beat her at the end of the match. I understand Nikki, like, leaving there, but I think Nikki should have been to the other girls like, get in here and help me beat the crap out of her more.
That would have been nice.
Right? Like, why would you just, you get the win and you're happy you get the win, but, add more insult to that. Like, you have 4 girls out there that,
they're out there for a reason.
They're going to beat her
Utilize
down.
them.
Yeah.
Use them. They're getting their camera time. Have it be a good button for the end of it.
And then even if one of the girls, say Summer or Layla was like, I don't want to do it, then then you're already starting something, and then Stephanie can be like, well, why didn't you help her do that? Like, we put you in this match because you were supposed to help Nikki do this. Now you have a match where you can have Nikki versus whatever. So there's so many other ways you can go with this, and
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's thinking beyond just throw them in there.
Yeah, like, oh well, let's just do a 4-on-1 match because Nikki was in a lot of them before.
Although I will say that it is fun to watch handicap matches, because obviously it's like someone doing a grudge.
Yeah.
Never say yes to a handicap match. Never.
I don't think she had a choice today.
I know.
I don't think Brie has a choice on the matter. Did you have a rating for that? For this match?
I guess a 2.25.
Okay, I gave the same thing.
Yeah.
I was just like, it was too quick. It wasn't enough of, the substance that we needed.
But for this particular match, it would not have been helped by it dragging out if they weren't going to put some other layers to it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we get the Raw recap. of The Rock returning to Raw to confront Rusev and Lana. And yes, when I was watching it, I screamed like a little girl.
Yeah.
When he came out, I was like, oh! Like, I was not expecting that. And I was, it was one of the times because I was back home, I watched it live. And most of the time I just watch it later in the night because, being on the West Coast, so I was on the East Coast. And, I'm just in there. I wasn't really paying attention. I was like, all right, whatever. And I was like, this is going to be, this is going to be not that I don't like Rusev and Lana, segments, but I feel like I was like, what else are they going to say? And then I was like, oh, the Big Show's going to come out. And then I was like, The Rock. I was like, wow.
The Rock came out.
And that place went nuts. That place went crazy in that arena.
So, what did you think about that?
I mean,
it doesn't matter what you thought about
Oh, that was a good one. That was good.
It's The Rock. Oh my gosh.
I want to replay that. But yeah, I mean, he hit all of his classic lines.
He still got it.
Yes, yeah. He doesn't miss a beat. I was glad he didn't. It seemed like he came out and said, it wasn't too wordy of what he was saying. To where because there's been rumors before that he, wears his sunglasses and has it written on his sunglasses so he can see what he's gonna say.
What?
Yeah, there's been rumors out there. There's been rumors.
That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Come on, really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Whoa.
There's rumors.
Okay.
If you want, you can come on here and let us know in person if you want. You can come to the studio whenever you want. Just hang out. But I mean, I thought it was a great segment. It
was.
And it was, to me, the highlight of Raw this past week. Because I'm trying to think, when Jericho came back a couple months ago, that was another good surprise return because they
especially
made you,
the beat up.
Yeah, with the wall, yeah. Because but they made you think it was, it was like, oh, the Miz is back, and you're like, well, hey, I don't care, I like the Miz, so I thought, oh, that was a good one. But then to have us, the second surprise of it being Jericho, that was a good surprise. So, and I think this was even better because if somebody would have bet me you can win $1 million if The Rock's coming back on Raw this week, I'd be like, yeah, right. I'd be like, I don't want to take that bet. No way. But I mean,
yeah,
I don't think it hurt Rusev at all, with The Rock, punching him and stuff.
Are you kidding?
I think it made him look stronger.
Yeah, Rusev was probably the actual athlete. Rusev was like,
yeah. I mean, both of them were in NXT last year. Oof. They weren't even on the main roster yet.
Go Rusev and Lana.
Yeah. I think Lana held her own against, it being in the ring with him.
Yeah, she's always been a strong manager type, right? Not valet.
No, I would say she's a manager.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's always been strong. She's quick with spitting something back out at somebody, something I really appreciate. And she took the hits. She took the hits like a champ.
Yeah, but it was really cool. It was fun. It just made it very fun, and that was one of those things where I felt like years ago there would be things like this that would happen that you would just be like, oh my god, I can't believe we just saw that, and and that would be almost on a whole episode overall, just segment after segment of great things happening. So it was a good kind of just throwback. I thought I liked it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody out there could say that they didn't.
No, if they did, you're crazy. I understand.
We'll say it right here. You're crazy if you didn't enjoy either. If you don't like The Rock somehow, you don't like The Rock. Then the timing and then just the back and forth, it was great. Yeah. Great for comedic timing, great for physical timing, and it was well placed.
Yep. And I will say that when The Rock came back before and won the belt, I wasn't that happy of a fan because I was just it's just one of those where you haven't been around forever and now you're just going to give him the belt and that kind of stuff. But coming back and doing this kind of stuff, I think works because he was physical. He at least beat him up a little bit. We saw the punches, but we didn't need to see a rock bottom or that kind of stuff because he just doesn't need to do that. It's just he's just him and he's The Rock and that's all he needs to do. Just talk on the mic and we will be happy. But yeah, great segment. If I would rate that a 5.
Yes, if we're rating,
that, I would rate that a 5.
That one's a 5.
Then we see, then we have next match: Tyson Kidd versus Swagger. Zeb comes out, says this is not an American or Canadian thing. It's a manhood thing. And your manhood is in Natty's purse, and it's a small purse. Making fun of Tyson Kidd. So Tyson just goes on the attack.
Let me just say something real quick.
Uh-huh.
That was just it's ridiculous. It's kind of like trite, you know. It's kind of like a lazy plot device to do the whole.
Yeah.
You know, it's in the wife's purse, especially with the character that he has. Is that he's full of himself. You know, he feels like he's alpha man. You know, and he doesn't need anybody, even though he's using, you know, Natty's. I like Natalya. That's a beautiful name. So he's using Natalya's connections. So that's not really the right insult to use.
Yeah.
I'll think about what a really good insult is, but it's like that just doesn't fit for what the character is that they have Tyson Kidd doing, which is Punk Kid.
A lot of
think.
NXT, like when he wrestles there, like they'll chant like Natty's husband at him and stuff like that, just because like she has, you know, she's won the Divas title. You know, she has a more like illustrious career than him so far. You know, because
kind of like Daniel Bryan and Brie.
Yeah. But he's Daniel Bryan's. I would say has a better career than.
Well,
Brie,
yeah,
but...
like Natalya has a better career than Tyson.
Oh yeah,
Kidd.
yeah.
So Wait, did you think I was comparing Natalya to Brie?
Yeah. I was like,
I'm comparing the more accomplished wrestler with their spouse. So, so all of that's true.
Yeah.
So what's
I think they just do that to get under his skin because he is so full of himself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just to like, you know, piss him off and just. I don't know.
All right. I guess I just don't really see it.
Yeah, I think it's just them just trying to get under his skin and just you know, just something fun that they say to him. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so Tyson goes on the attack. Swagger ends up getting control back later in the match. He goes for the Swagger bomb, but Tyson puts his feet up. But Swagger grabs his ankle, goes for the ankle lock, but Tyson's able to get out of the ring. And as he's on the apron, he does he flips over Swagger and is able to roll him up with it. It was a cool, unique roll up. It was like he flipped him over at first and didn't quite get the momentum.
Didn't quite have the momentum, but if that momentum had been there, that would have been a very excellent move.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that again, you know, once he's had, you know, some more time to workshop it a little. But
I couldn't tell if it was him or Swagger not rolling back fast enough. I don't know. It was kind of like just a weird timing thing.
Yeah, but still a nice move.
Yeah, it was really cool. So he rolled him up and got the win. And you know, he got out of the ring and Natalya wanted a high five and he wouldn't give and he just completely blew her off and wouldn't give her a high five because he was trying to get a high five from her earlier in the match when he was outside the ring.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and she wouldn't because he did something. I think he kicked Swagger or something. He like put his hand up.
He did a dirty move.
And she wouldn't high five him.
Yeah.
And then after the match, she tried to high five him, and he was just not having it, and just you know,
Punk Kid.
Yeah, just being just
being
excited to get the win. It's kind of I don't know. To me, it's a kind of a weird storyline. I'm excited. I think I want to see Natalya turn and join him and be
that'd
bad.
be interesting.
You know, and start helping him win. Start doing little things to help him win by cheating. You know.
Ooh, that might be a really interesting heel turn.
Yeah.
Where she can actually be conflicted about that. You know, like later on. That's actually a pretty decent idea.
Yeah.
I also like the idea of she finally gets fed up and she's like, you know what? Go ahead. You've got the moves. Do it. And that's when he starts losing.
Yeah.
So then he has to come back and he's like, hey, I got you that towel you wanted for your birthday.
I didn't get you a treadmill this year. I got you a nice trip that you can go on by yourself, Nat. No. But yeah, so I think it's just they're taking his Total Divas character, which it's definitely so a character.
With it. It definitely is.
I feel like I would compare him, I guess, on Total Divas to I don't know what his name is. The annoying guy on the Kardashians that's not a Kardashian that's married to the one girl. Do you know who that is?
Scott Disick?
That's it, yes.
The guy
Steve
like?
knows.
That guy.
Steve knows.
Yeah. Because that guy just seems really annoying. And I think he's just playing that character on the show. Because there's always got to be one,
bad
character kind of.
Yeah, I just want them to not muddle it
Yeah.
You know, just like that's a decent character, a decent heel character that is like can get under your skin and be like, oh, I want this guy to, you know, get his comeuppance. I want him to fall. But it's like you don't have to muddle it with other things. Just you already have a good product. Keep on, you know, playing that game.
Yep.
Keep on doing that.
Yeah. So I gave it a 2.0. That match too. It was very fast. It wasn't even. It was maybe a 3-minute match. It was really quick.
Yeah, I did enjoy that move, and I'm still enjoying the heel character that he has. I just don't want them to get all fuzzy with it. It's like keep with what he has.
Yeah.
Punk kid, that's working. It's a 2.5.
Gotcha. And then we got another Raw recap of Joan London talking about her battle with breast cancer. Because this is, you know, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So
It is indeed.
if you are out there, support. Go to the Susan J. Komen. And then, you know, I think you probably do it from WWE.com too. Go to their website to support them.
Yeah.
And help
fact,
donate to find the
Yeah,
show.
there's a lot of ways to do it. I went to an oil change place, and they were selling pink windshield wipers.
Oh,
and that
awesome.
would, you know, part of the proceeds would go to, you know, helping breast cancer, well, towards Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So
Awesome.
I didn't buy them, but because they're pink windshield wipers. But you know, like if you buy merchandise, wrestling merchandise,
Yes.
and
Yeah, I think,
that helps
and I
also.
know I think whatever, I'm sure they probably do something where like maybe this month, whatever the part of their proceeds of everything, because all the, you know, they have all their shirts and
Yeah.
merchandise, all
Yeah.
that. I would think probably
Oh, definitely.
all of it goes to that. I would think. Or
at least a
percent-
lion's share.
Yeah, at least a percentage of it goes to it. Then we get another Raw recap. There was a lot of recaps on
There
this
were
show.
a lot of recaps.
We get a Raw recap of the Cena Ambrose Rollins controversy. Ambrose says, you know, he's hungry. He's gonna go get.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a hot dog.
Such a Joker thing to
Yeah.
do.
So he
Loved it.
leaves, gets on the train, or subway, whatever, to go get a hot dog, leaving Cena by himself. So Cena has to fight Rollins, Kane, and Orton.
Yeah.
A 3-on-1 handicap match on the main event of Raw.
Never say yes to
I
a
know.
handicap.
And Cena wasn't doing well. He was kind of, you know, he was surviving. Then out comes Dean Ambrose with a hot dog cart. He opens the umbrella for it.
Eats a hot dog at the top of the ramp.
Yep. And as Kane and Orton go out to confront him, he like pulls his jacket back and he has ketchup
It's like,
and mustard.
"Woo."
Yeah.
Dear, dear, dear.
Yeah, the showdown happens. He sprays, but he, you know,
Mustard
squirts
and
him with
ketchup.
mustard and ketchup.
Oh, he's so fun.
Yeah, and then Rollins comes out. He pours some relish and stuff on him. And then, as you know, the Authority comes out, says that at Hell in a Cell now, it's Cena versus Ambrose.
Oof.
The winner of that match gets Seth Rollins inside Hell in a Cell. And Ambrose has no problem with just laying out John Cena right there to end Raw.
Of course not.
And everyone went crazy, and so did I. I was like, that's a way to get him over. I mean, he's already over as a, you know, very popular, and you know, everyone loves him, but that just made him even more over, of people just loving him even more.
Yeah, because it's like Rollins is my destination, and now you're a hurdle in my way.
Yep. And it's. I want to see. I really want Ambrose to win that match, because I want to see Ambrose Rollins in Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Because we didn't. You know, we got the SummerSlam match, the Lumberjack match,
Right,
which was
right.
good. I mean, I thought it was a great match.
Yeah, they played the crowd, and you
Yep.
know, all of the outside the ring stuff looked great.
But then we didn't get a match at Night of Champions because Ambrose was out, because they took him out with the cinder block. So
Absolutely.
they need to have that match. They just, you know, I think storyline wise and the fans, they need it. I don't want it to go on for another, like they can continue the feud after that, but we need to see that match. Like, we need to see Ambrose get his revenge
Right,
on Rollins.
some kind of like fruition to all of this build
Yeah.
up. Like there can be more build up, but it's like I almost feel like Ambrose will do what he has been doing and get in his own way. Like he'll somehow disqualify himself, so he'll win, but
Yeah.
he won't win. You know?
Yeah, but as long as he wins, it's still a win. Even if he wins by
is it a no
disqualification.
DQ?
They haven't said yet.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we'd have to-
You
we'd
mean
have
Hell
to-
in a Cell, or you mean the?
I mean, for
Ambrose. Cena.
Ambrose Cena, for them to go on.
They didn't say yet, so I think it'll just
so
be.
if it's a no DQ, I think Ambrose has it. You know, but if it's, you know,
Yeah,
he's really good at getting
it's-
in his own way.
I don't really know how they're gonna play that, because I mean, as of now, those are the only 2 matches they've announced for the pay-per-view, and it's 3 weeks away, I think. So they got a lot of other people that need to have matches. So what do we do with Orton and Kane?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if they took Orton and Kane and made it like a fatal 4-way for the tag belts with like, Stardust, Goldust, Usos.
Interesting.
Maybe somebody else, or make it a triple threat and just say, you kind of, Triple H and Stephanie, making it up to Kane and Orton for having to deal with all of this Seth Rollins crap they've been doing, taking care of all his, mistakes and be like, you guys, we're going to give you a tag title match as a pay-per-view. Like, I mean, what else are they going to do with them? I don't see where they're going to go with that.
Can't wait to see.
Yeah. But I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a good pay-per-view. And then I think the next one's Survivor Series. So they could still continue the Ambrose Rollins and have, Team Ambrose versus Team Rollins.
Ooh.
So that could be good. I don't know. There's this is going to keep going. And it's going to be awesome. But then we have, let's go to the last match of the night. Stardust, who to me has one of the funniest and most entertaining warm-up routines when he came out on the ramp there, like doing like lunges and
just like the way he kind of reminds me of when he's in the ring. You've played The Last of Us, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, he kind of reminds me how like the clickers move, which is a bad guy zombie-esque, character in it, and it's just like it's low to the ground, and it's like, kind of like a lizard meets a man. Kind of a thing. So I love it. He's having so much fun with that character, and I'm having so much fun watching him.
Yes, yeah, he's awesome. And then Goldust was there, just being Goldust. I mean, the face paint he has now is awesome looking.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, just so cool looking. But so it was Stardust versus Jey Uso. Jey Uso was in control at the beginning. Then Stardust hit. It was a cool like twisting neck breaker, like off the middle rope, because Goldust was trying to interfere, and then Jimmy came around, took out Goldust, and then Jey was able to get control back. He hit a crossbody off the top for 2. He went for the splash, but Stardust pushed him off the ropes into the onto the outside of the ring, and as Stardust was kind of getting back up, he went to go grab Jey to bring him back in the ring, but Jey ended up hitting him with a super kick from the outside, which is cool looking.
Yeah.
Was able to get up, hit the splash, get the win. Another pretty short match.
Well, they had so many recaps.
Yeah. I think it was just a lot of recaps this week. So Jey gets the win. So I think the Usos deserve a rematch now, because they did show from SmackDown when Goldust and Stardust got themselves disqualified on purpose. So there's going to be that rematch.
Yeah, I think they're doing a really good job thus far, building it back up for Usos getting a rematch. Not certain yet whether that will be good for business for them to get it back just yet.
Yeah.
But I do like that this steady buildup. I'd like for them to have another tag team that's just as worthy to be able to have. It's like, ooh, is it Usos? Is it these other guys, or is it going to be Stardust? I mean, let's be honest, that other tag team isn't Los Matadores, so it's like
we're running out of options here.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of who else is, because there's no Ryback, though. They're both hurt.
Slater Gator doesn't have a chance.
They should, but
they're too busy chasing bunnies. It's rabbit season. Yeah. So it's like, what are they? I mean, they could try pairing Tyson Kidd with somebody. I mean, he's pretty strong with wrestling moves. Someone to temper him. It's kind of a shame that they didn't continue with the Kofi Big E thing, because that would have been a good tag team.
They've been doing it at house shows.
Yeah.
They've been tagging together, and there's been some things online of what their name's going to be and stuff. So I think they're just letting it start at house shows, and I think they're going to bring it to the main roster.
It's on simmer right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just I think you're feeling the crowd out, seeing how the crowd reacts to it, because that's how they can especially with the house shows, they can kind of do whatever they want there, because it's not really TV. There's no videotaping, and they don't show any of that on TV. So
Right.
but
it's like that'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, but go ahead.
Oh, I gave this one a 2.75. I thought it was short, but
Yeah. Well, because of Stardust and Goldust character, and Usos never phone it in. Never.
Yeah.
I've never seen a single match that is like, okay, they're not giving their all. I gave it a 3.25.
Gotcha. Good. Yeah, it was a good main event. It could have been longer, but hey, we got
there's some tweaks, but then we're fans and critics. We're always going to think there's tweaks.
Yeah. Hey, we got The Rock. The Rock came back this week, so
And a recap from Raw.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So The Rock was on main event this week.
Hey, you can't say he wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. But
it counts.
Overall, I thought it was a good main event. Four matches. At least the matches pushed the stories along.
Yes,
which was good.
Yeah.
It wasn't just throwaway matches of this guy versus this guy and didn't do anything.
Yeah, be like, here's Kofi and Rusev.
Yes. They all have pushed the storylines along, which I thought was good. Good progression. But I think that kind of wraps us up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Markeia, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Markeia McCarty, Markeia MCCARTY. If you enjoy live comedy on this upcoming Tuesday, I am doing a show called Lady Invitational. It's at the Complex in Hollywood. Happens once a month, and that'll be at 8 o'clock.
Awesome. Everyone go check that out. And you guys can find me on Twitter at TomTheCom, and on Tuesday nights at 11 o'clock, Supernatural is back. So we will be doing a recap for that show on Tuesday nights, and you can check us out each Wednesday night here at 10 o'clock
for
a main event. And hopefully Scott and Gabby will be back next week. So we'll see you guys then.
From executive producers Markeia Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.